Hi, in today's video we do some nice little grass painting action. Here I'm taking some linseed oil and some brushes, you can see here, mostly flat, soft ones, all kinds of sizes, also bigger ones, and yeah, we have 7 colors on a palette, you can see here, and we just concentrate on the grass part of this painting here. I'm mixing basically my greens on my own. Some lemon yellow, some phthalo blue, some raw sienna, and yeah, variations of it. Some different mixtures of raw sienna and cadmium red, phthalo blue. Mostly the greens of all kinds, cooler ones, warmer ones, dark ones. Also some variations with a bit of a titanium white, lemon yellow to it, bit of lamp black to this mixture. Grass is green, but yeah, we also need some different colors, you can see here. We start with the build up of the background color, kind of. We do this whole thing in 2 layers, more or less. The first layer is basically kind of a blurry, patchy underground color scheme, more or less. See, I'm using all my colors that I mixed before. We have already here some coming in some grass. See, I'm putting up those colors. This here, we also already at this stage kind of hint some grass. I'm also mixing the colors while I'm going. You know, the shadow parts beneath the tree. Also those darker greens here. And imagine you have a look at the reference photo and you squint your eyes. You kind of squeeze out or blur out those details. And that's basically all I'm interested in doing is here basically just to get in those color patches that I see on the reference photo. Roughly the way they are. Yeah, perhaps you might want to see this video here in the full-time version on my Patreon. Link is down below here. Yeah, we have meanwhile over 150 full-time, real-time painting tutorials between 2 and over 10 hours of pure in detail painting. Whole color mixing process, lots of details, tips and tricks. Really make sure to check it out. Yeah, then the first layer is going to dry. Grab some more brushes. You see, also very small ones, 4 and 3-0 soft brushes. I'm mixing again another set of colors. Kind of the same, but a bit lighter, some areas. See here basically the first set of color. And see, I'm kind of dotting on this color here. I'm also shaping the brush, kind of like a knife in some areas. I also stipple on with a very hard hog brush, some more shadows beneath those tree parts and those grass parts. You know, split screen, and you see what colors I'm grabbing and how I put them on, more or less. You see, I'm not really into painting all those leaves in a perfectly detailed shape. I'm just trying to get in those different sizes of those plants that we have in this wild meadow here, kind of a random way. I'm also mixing some in-between colors. Also, I'm using some linseed oil here to paint now those grass blades that are forming here. I'm really trying to not paint the grass from top to bottom. I'm just hinting it here and there. See, also I'm getting a bit into the gray color scheme here, thinning down the color even more. And you just try to hint those grass details here by just painting some blades and some flowers, some plants here. We have a ton of different colors. I'm also adding in some flowers. Also adding some shadow beneath those parts. Like here, getting in the shadows first beneath those flowers, and then I'm putting on the highlight on those flowers that we have here. I'm also painting dots, bunches of those flowers here. I'm also now again mixing some cooler greens for the shadow areas. And also what I use quite a bit is the technique of the diminishing amount of color on the brush. I'm grabbing some fresh color and start to use the brush even though the color is kind of fading out on the brush. And this really kind of makes the color thinner that I'm applying. And this is really nice for the effect that you want some leaves and some grass and some flowers to be a bit more in the background. So again, random shapes all over the place. On the foreground, I'm getting a bit larger, those leaves in. Really trying to communicate the distance in this painting a bit better by just enlarging those leaves, those marks. And you see, it's really a very quick process. Just hinting them. You don't have to paint them through like a leaf should look like. It's enough when you hint them here and there. The viewer's eye will, at a certain distance, kind of connect the whole things, the whole details here, into a very nice looking wild meadow. Again, here adding some shadow areas. I'm using the brush here, this very hard hog hair brush, to already get in some grass bits, you see. I'm kind of hinting those larger patches of grass that already now, due to this shape of the brush, already get some grass elements, some grass look-alike, more or less. I'm also adding now a ton of other variations, some purple coming in, so an even colder color for some parts, some leaf parts here in the shadow area. I think this is another very important key part when it comes to painting grass. You need different colors, warmer greens, colder greens, some grays, some browns. And you can also kind of dab them down when they are a bit too dominant, but not like blended enough. I'm kind of finishing up the whole thing with a very long-haired soft brush. And I'm starting to paint the grass from the lower end. This looks better, in my opinion. More realistic. It's also a bit more thinned down. I'm grabbing again some more linseed oil. Again, shaping kind of a knife form with the brush here. And adding those larger blades of grass over the whole thing. Again, the diminishing amount of color on the brush really helps to have some blades stand out when the color is fresh on the brush and thick, and some really kind of fade out to the background. It's a very important thing that colors should fade out quite a bit. Another color in mixing. Again, a very cool one. I think some more visible blades of grass that are coming in now from the top. I start them at the top and let them fade out into the grass bit we painted before. I think smaller bits and pieces here. It's starting to come together, I think. From really a nice little wild meadow, and now we're gonna go crazy with some blue on top. Blue plants, flowers, whatever you want to put in. Again, this color variation is king when it comes to painting grass. So also really add some crazy color, some blues, some very crazy green or whatever. It really helps to make it look even more realistic. Adding dots here and there. Adding even more cooler and colder greens in the shadow areas here. It really connects and really helps to communicate this cool, warm thingy. Yeah, that's the finished painting. Yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button, the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to check out my Patreon. Next time, below here. And yeah, gonna see you next time. Bye.